Hello everyone. Welcome to our webinar which is broadcast every Thursday at 11 a.m. My name is Serhat and today's topic is which system types is suitable for you on fire detection systems. We will compare addressable and conventional systems today. The topics we will examine in this week's webinar are system types, conventional system and working principle, addressable system and working principle, advantages of the addressable system, and conclusion. System types. There are two system types in fire detection systems. Those are intelligent addressable system and other one is conventional system. Addressable and conventional systems differ from each other technologically. In conventional systems, input devices such as detectors and buttons are connected to regional line, and end-of-line register is connected to end of the line. In conventional systems, normally the resistance value measured from the start of the line is measured as the value of the resistance attached to the end of the line. That is, the line resistance and the end of line resistance are equal. In case of short circuit in the zone line, the line resistance is measured as 0 ohms. In this case, fault LED of relevant zone is on the panel. It is possible to monitor the open circuit condition within the working principle of the conventional systems. When a disconnection in a fire situation, the equivalent resistance of the zone line decreases due to detection of the detector alarm resistance, which detects in the event of fire. The resistance value measured at the beginning of the line will be between 200 ohm and 1 kilo ohm. When the resistance decreases, a fire signal is sent from the zone line due to increased current. A fire LED will light for the relevant zone in the panel. Alarm condition given by manual call point. The equivalent resistance of the zone line is reduced due to alarm resistance of the manual call point triggered in the event of fire. The resistance value measured at the beginning of the line will be between 200 ohm and 1 kilo ohm. When the resistance decreases, a fire signal sent from the zone line due to increased current. A fire LED will light for the relevant zone in the panel. For this reason, the source of fire can be determined zonally in conventional systems. Since the source of the fire alarm can be determined locally, it is not recommended in high-rise buildings or projects with separate compartments such as hotels and hospitals. Let's look at the addressable system. In the addressable systems, devices are connected to the loop line. The loop line exists from the addressed fire alarm control panel. Devices with address are connected along the line, and eventually the loop line returns to the panel. All address devices connected to the loop takes different addresses mechanically or software. In addressable system, devices connected to the loop line are queried in a certain period. Faults and fire situations occurring in the system are reported to the fire alarm station point by point. An interrupt signal is generated for the alarm signal coming from the detector, manual call point, and zone control units to reach the panel primarily. Transmission is made to the panel as soon as possible without waiting for the query period to the end. Fire scenarios and programming. Based on message received from detector, manual call point, or switch monitoring modules, In intelligent addressable system, it is possible to apply any kind of scenario which can be determined according to the need through sounders, relay outputs, or relay control modules. This programming technique based on cause-effect logic. What are the addressable systems advantages? Data transmission in addressable system with logic circuit, logic 1 0 1 0, and it goes like that. It is done in sequence that continues in the format. However, in the event of a fault, this signal pattern will be disrupted. Transfer of communication data with logic circuit logic provides much faster transfer and continuous control of data. Addressable panels have a protective plate against magnetic fields. Thanks to this plate, it is not affected by any electronic magnetic interference. It is possible to integrate the system seen on the screen with addressable systems. Integration can be achieved by communication over Modbus protocol with the help of the field control devices that we will explain in the following slides, and for many systems that we have expressed as building management system. Let's start with heating, cooling, and ventilation. Systems that are known as HVAC under the name of heating, ventilation and air conditioning are systems that regulate the control of heating, cooling, and ventilation of the environment. HVAC systems are systems that consume a significant amount of energy, and HVAC automations made by taking into consideration the characteristics of the environment. In addition to its contribution to energy efficiency, automation of HVAC systems is also an important application because it cleans harmful organisms that threaten human health from ambient air. Systems that regulate the ventilation of the environment well and keep it at desired values keep harmful organisms such as mold and bacteria away from the environment. What is CCTV? CCTV is the name given to the systems where the image received through cameras is transmitted to certain location. The CCTV expression is derived from the concept of closed-circuit television, which means, unlike the television systems, CCTV can be defined as the image monitoring system in a certain area rather than broadcasting from a center to a large user base. Today, CCTV is generally used for security purposes as well as for traffic control and monitoring of dangerous areas. Let's continue with the advantages. From monitoring the flow switches of the sprinkler system in addressable systems, many monitoring and triggers can be performed from lowering the elevators to the ground floor during fire, control of smoke dampers. Although the number of scenarios varies according to the brand model, MaxLogic and Mavili branded systems have a capacity of 1,000 fire scenarios. As a conclusion, it can be determined point by point from which devices the faults and fire events that occur in addressable fire alarm systems. In this way, the device sending fire or fault signals can be easily determined in projects with high floors and separate partitions. For example, in a 20-store residential project, number of floors where the fire comes from, which apartment on the floor, and which room in the apartment can be easily detected from the screen of the fire alarm addressable fire alarm station. Addressable fire detection systems can be integrated with other mechanical systems and can perform monitoring and control operations within the scope of programmed fire scenarios. Unfortunately, such a process is not possible for conventional systems. Only in case of fire and fault, the fault and fire relays and sounder outputs of the fire alarm panel can be triggered. Delay can be assigned to the output devices in the addressable system within the scope of fire scenarios. Pre-alarm and day-night operating conditions can be set. Unfortunately, such options are also not available in conventional systems. In addition, unlike conventional systems, addressable systems can be easily monitored with remote monitoring and control software. Since communication is possible with TCP/IP communication protocol, there is no distance restriction between the computer on which the software is installed and addressable fire alarm panel. In this way, systems located at the distant point can be monitored and controlled from a single point. For example, let's consider a university project with faculties in different districts. All faculties can be monitored with the software installed in the rectorate building. Fire and fault events occurring in addressable systems can be monitored point by point. In fact, if the software has IP camera integration, it can be observed by authorized person whether there is a fire blaze in real time. As can be seen, addressable fire alarm systems are much more technological than conventional systems. System capabilities have improved considerably compared to the conventional system. For this reason, it is recommended to use addressable systems, especially in high-rise buildings, in projects where the human population and weak current systems are dense. In today's projects, the conventional system is increasingly being replaced by addressable systems. Thank you for your participation to our webinar. If you have questions about addressable and conventional systems and also other week's webinars, you can feel free to ask me from chat box.